What's up, San Diego Comic Con fans? Good to be with everybody here. No load time, Joel. Just doing a quick check-in recap from Thursday, officially day one. Remember, yesterday was preview night, so the convention started yesterday, but it was brief. It was only 3 hours really of having time on the show floor. Today is really a full day. 9:30 a.m. here, all the way up until 7 p.m. for the show floor. There's still some events even happening right now as I'm back here at my hotel. They got showings for Spider-Man and a fashion show going on, and some other premiere events going on at the same time. But I'm back at the hotel. Today went a little differently than I would have initially planned, but that's how it is at Comic-Con. You have to be willing to be flexible and shift around and prioritize what's really the stuff you have to do and what some things you may really want to do and are willing to sacrifice a little bit. Today I ended up doing a lot of the outside activations. If you remember in the past videos, I mentioned that that's one of the really cool elements of the convention, and it can take a lot of time, waiting in those long lines just to do those outside activations, but they really are fun. They're things that you can just sit in a panel and just hear people talking about really cool projects. You can go on the show floor and buy a bunch of cool stuff. But when you're out there at those activations, these are companies marketing specific specific franchises and specific things to the fans, and so they're really trying to sell you on something to promote and get people really hyped. So like today, one of the first activations I was doing was in the HBO section. That was probably one of the biggest activations that's going on outside of the convention center. There are two really that I would say are probably the pillars of outside activations that everybody's talking about, and that would be the Gray Man experience by Netflix. Netflix has a Gray Man experience. It looks like there's basically a large train that's outside that's been constructed by Netflix, and there's some type of Operation U plus a second person is what I'm hearing. Kind of run around as operatives, doing a mission that's assigned to you by the Comic-Con Netflix staff. So that sounds like a really popular one. Did not get to do that today. Instead, today I just did one of the main ones I did today was the HBO one. So HBO, they have these HBO drop zones where you basically get dropped off a bunch of different free items. You get some things that's literally like an airdrop. Like you walk up to them, you add HBO as a contact on your phone. It's so strange. Like you scan this QR code and it creates a contact, like as if HBO is like a friend of yours that you can text or something. It's pretty funny. You save this contact in your phone. Once you have it saved, you have to make sure it airdrops on, and they literally airdrop to your phone what your prize could be. So people are getting things like VIP access to screenings, and they're getting merch and swag, and other people getting literally video files like exclusive first look at something that's not posted on the internet. Now the person has it, so it's probably going to go on the internet, but regardless, the idea is to get it directly into the fans' hands. So those are pretty cool. I ended up landing a Peacemaker shirt. Probably should have planned this before, but bear with me. I'm going to try and grab it real fast. All right, I'm back, everybody. So one of the items that we got there was this Peacemaker shirt, straight from HBO. So that's based on the John Cena show that they've got going on there. So hey, can't be complaining when you get free stuff at conventions. One of the other things then that I also got to do was their main Game of Thrones activation. So I'm not a huge Game of Thrones fan, so I don't want to mislead you guys on like as if I know all about this show. But regardless, that's why they have these marketing things out there, right? To get people to become fans or to be interested, what have you. So really the experience based around a outside village where you go into and you see like these common people trying to like sell things in a marketplace, and there's soldiers walking around and they're talking real funny to you and just kind of asking you because you're like supposed to be like also a commoner, but of course we're the 20th century, and these people are acting as if they're in this fantasy land that's kind of medieval times, whatever. So you're like, how'd you get here by plane? Oh, is that like a dragon, like that you flew on a dragon? It just being fun. It's always fun to see this stuff. um, Once you get past the village, then they open up a door and you go into this kind of like inside chambers. And really the process you go through is you have this person who's guiding you into a dragon ceremony of some kind. Essentially, it's a birthing sequence. So part of this house of dragons, right? So that's part of the culture. These people have their own dragon that they raise and that they take care of, and so you're gonna also get a dragon on that day. So you go through. You end up going into this chamber. You grab literally an egg, a dragon egg, like real big thing from this circular thing. After you get the egg, you go straight into another room where there's literally a massive dragon head skull, surrounded by some candles, whatever, kind of like a decorative looking room. And then from there, you go into the next room where you actually are supposed to have the birthing process. You grab the eggs, you put them physically inside like a fire pit of some kind that's around there. So everyone puts their eggs in the pit, and it's as if the eggs are cooking, right? And they're really, the dragons are going to be born. From there, they tell you, okay, great, your dragon's on its way, but now we need you to go through this rite of passage, which really is just a way of trying to get you up close with, like an actual dragon, is like kind of how they put it, right? So one by one, you go into this little cave type thing. They've got these ropes on the side. It's dark, and the guy says, grab onto the rope, hold onto the rope, and then follow the rope out of here. As you hold on and follow the rope one by one, there are windows on the side where you have the big dragon eyes and the teeth coming around you. It looks really cool, not gonna lie. And this was all sponsored by Bose, by the way. So this video is not sponsored by Bose, but the experience was. So the sound quality was really cool. Sounded like you have subwoofers and the dragons, real loud right next to you. And then all of a sudden they have like a smoke that kind of like breathes real hard, as if like the dragon's like breath, coming. And then last but not least, you get to take a picture on a throne. It's like the Iron Throne. There it looks a little differently. You have like a window and dragons are flying around you. I'll end up posting this on the No Load Time socials. I got a video walking through the actual experience, but it was very, very dark. Like you can't really see. So I'll post it, probably just that way you have it online. But I wanted to, preface that by saying that you're not really going to be able to see anything. Maybe you can hear it and just kind of imagine what really looked like. But still, really cool experience today doing that. Outside of that, there was also a Peanuts experience by Charles Schwartz, the Peanuts artist. They created a little pop-up experience for there, which was centered around the character of Franklin. So historical black colleges, universities, they came together with Charles Schwartz Foundation, and they kind of put together this experience where they're showing how the inclusion of the character Franklin was really revolutionary for its time. A lot of education, a lot of literal items that you can buy to help support what the foundation is doing and trying to continue the legacy. So it was really eye-opening, really interesting. It was only 1968, I want to say, was when the first time this character, a black character, was shown in a cartoon format like this. Really not that long ago when you really think about it. So it's incredible to see how far we've come in a very short amount of time. It's not been like a long time. This has been going on. It's very quick, but we quickly are making this progress. So it's really, really incredible. I have a video of that. I'll be posting that also on our YouTube channel. So make sure that you're staying tuned and staying subscribed to that. Some of the other things, Audible had an outside experience. Basically, they had these huge sand castles, and the sand castles are all designed based on different properties that are either it's a book, it's all like books or shows that Amazon has, whether again like live action or in book format. And the image and they all were kind of designed to look like each. So like they had like the new Sandman series that's coming out, and they had like based on the book. So like the actual characters of like his dreams or whatever, and like he's kind of hovering over his different thoughts, and it looked really cool. And I asked the guy, I'm like, this is 100% made of sand because it looks so good. And he's like, yeah, man, 100% made of sand. They've been out here for hours. They were working on this stuff. These people are professionals. So, bravo to them. Really impressive stuff. Stuff that, unfortunately, unless you see it, that's the only way you appreciate it. I've got pictures. I'm posting that also on our socials. So this is why it's really important you guys are following us there. But this is just me having an opportunity to recap and talk about it at the end of the day. Also, outside of that, I got to go to the Esports section, which was basically a Nickelodeon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Konami room that they have. So they had a bunch of TMNT, the new remake or updated version of the original game that they brought back on there. So Obed has talked about it at length about how much he's a really big fan of that. So for you, man, I went ahead and got some video of that. I also have that video going up on our social, so you'll also walk through and see kind of what that room looked like, how the setup was. Bunch of PC consoles just all set up where you can just jump in and game on, and then they had a nice real big screen in the middle, for the tournaments. So yeah, full esports setup. You could actually go and sign up and actually play that day. Obviously, tons of people out here from the convention, thousands of people. So, it's a lot of people to game against. Like, you could easily spend your whole day just in that environment, and that's awesome. It's cool. It's something that I love about Comic-Con. There is something for everyone. Literally, I mean, this year WWE is here. There are people that probably would have never thought that would have been a thing at Comic-Con, but here we are. We got wrestlers at a comic book convention. So it's really just cool that they continue to have different opportunities for different niches. If you like anime, awesome, cool. If you like, gaming, so you can go to that. You can cross over between the two. You can get into your TV shows. You can get into your movies. You can get to your books, your Artist Alley. Speaking of the Artist Alley, oh my goodness. So the head of Marvel Visuals, the director of Marvel Visuals and Concept, he's got his own booth this year. I walked by that. Such cool stuff. I followed him before on Twitter, so really, really cool to see in person him out there at his booth, showcasing some of the art that he has, and he's selling it. Like Boss Logic has this year, which is really cool because I know a lot of people in the social media space, whether you're a superhero fan or you're just somebody who just appreciates really, really cool art, he has quickly become extremely popular. So to see him have a booth at Comic-Con, also really cool stuff. Really, really cool to see opportunities to support these people on a bigger stage with the other big dogs out there. This is not just a general pop culture, but really just an expression of the entire fan space and the impact that they continue to make. And I got to also walk around and see some of the other areas of the convention outside. There's so much to do, such little time. I wish I had more time to do more stuff. But I mean, there was a pinball room I got to go into also. I can post that video also. It's a brief video, but a pinball room. Really, really cool stuff going on in there. But man, today was one of those days you get outside, you get to do a bunch of stuff, walk by, see a bunch of the activities. But starting tomorrow, this is just a look ahead now for Friday. I will be at one of the biggest panels of the day. Not Lord of the Rings. I won't be at Lord of the Rings. Unfortunately, they have these both at the same time, so I would have been at Lord of the Rings, but can't make it. Instead, I'm going to be at the Spider-Man freshman year Marvel Studios Disney Plus panel that they've got going on. So that's going to be really telling. I think a really, really cool showcase happening at Comic-Con. I look forward to seeing what they reveal, gain more insight, of course, in ahead of what's coming on Saturday, which Saturday is when there's going to be the largest amount of news coming out. We've got Warner Brothers in the morning all the way up to Marvel Studios in the night. Lots of big stuff coming. That's when you really get the biggest bang for your buck, as I'd say, as a fan. I don't know that we're ready for everything that's going to be coming, but it's great to be here. Day 1 officially of Comic-Con in the books. Tomorrow's day 2, so stay tuned for more from the convention. Continue to follow us on social media. Check out all those pictures and videos and stuff that I was talking about. You'll see it especially on like our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and continue to follow and share with others. Thank you so much.